The Agriculture Department sees rice prices keeping stable despite the impact of Typhoon Karding. However, farmers in Central Luzon are now forced to sell their crops at a loss after the onslaught. Former Chief Justice Lucas Bersamin now serves as Executive Secretary to President Bongbong Marcos. The appointment comes after weeks of speculation over the post. The Supreme Court is considering possible actions against former NTF-LCAC spokesperson Lorraine Badoy after she made threatening statements against a Manila court judge. And the Philippine peso slumps to a new all-time low. Global financial institutions are now weighing their thoughts on the Philippines' growth prospects. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. Malacañang has confirmed the appointment of former Chief Justice Lucas Bersamin as the new Executive Secretary. Press Secretary Trixie Cruz Angeles said Bersamin was handpicked by President Bongbong Marcos based on trust and years of experience in the judiciary. The new ES started his career as a trial court judge before making his way to Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Bersamin replaces Vic Rodriguez, who stepped down from the post but was later on reappointed as the Presidential Chief of Staff.
He has the necessary legal background and the ability to deal with paperwork. Plus, of course, he is trusted and well qualified for this.
And the International Monetary Fund has slashed its 2022 growth forecast for the Philippines, citing the global economic slowdown and tightening financial conditions. The IMF said it is projecting the country's GDP growth for 2022 to settle at 6.5% from its previous forecast of 6.7%. On the other hand, the World Bank upgraded its growth forecast for the Philippines to 6.5% from 5.7%. The International Financial Institution said the upward adjustment is on the back of the resurgence in consumer spending, which is in step with most countries in the region. And One Transport Group is welcoming the LTFRB's new policy, allowing standing passengers in buses and modern jeepneys. However, the group says that this is just a band-aid solution to the country's worsening traffic problem. Justine Punsalang with the report.
Commuting is a daily struggle for many Filipinos. Things got harder when the pandemic hit because overcrowding was not allowed. But yesterday, the Land Transportation and Franchising Regulatory Board released a memo allowing standing passengers in buses and modern jeepneys. Based on a circular, 10 to 15 passengers will be allowed to stand inside buses, while 5 are allowed in modern jeepneys. The LTFRB said the limited number of standing passengers remains in line with making sure that public transportation adheres to health protocols. During the morning rush hour today along Commonwealth Avenue, many bus drivers and conductors are still unaware of the standing passenger memo of the LTFRB. In fact, they limit the number of passengers on board with the available seats. Their explanation, they are afraid to receive traffic violation ticket if they allow standing passengers.
Ay, hindi po. Matitikitan po ako.
Pa-standing, pinapayagan niyo na, sir?
Hindi ba? Seating lang po.
However, there are some buses that allow passengers to stand as this means more pay.
Payag po kami kasi pandagdagan po yung dagdag po sa aming kita.
Meanwhile, commuters have mixed opinion on the matter.
Okay lang naman sa akin yan, basta one lane lang, wag na yung siksikan, dalawang lane ang pinatatayo. Dahil masikip na pag bumababa yung mga pasahero eh.
Hindi po.
Bakit?
Kasi may COVID pa rin po eh.
Liga ng Transportasyon at Operator sa Pilipinas or LTOP is happy with the LTFRB's new policy at least for the time being. They said it is only a band-aid solution to the country's mass transportation problem. They are asking the Congress to pass the Public Transport Consumer Tax Bill.
Para po yung tinatawag na mass transport system, magkaroon po ng gobyerno ng public transport ng sariling pondo para po wala ng rason na hindi po mag-modernize yung ating mga kababayan na bulok ng kanilang sasakyan.
LTOP explained that operators and drivers have no means to modernize their vehicles because fare remains regulated but spare parts, even gasoline prices, are unregulated. For News 5, Justine Punsalang. We are One News.
2 people died in a shooting incident in Makati's Forbes Park on Monday night. Both casualties, J.R. Tomenyo and Eugene Sitar, were private security guards. Police have identified the suspect as Julius Cortez, a driver and security guard working in the subdivision. A witness said Cortez was drunk and asking for food before shooting the victims. The Makati police are now searching for the suspect. The shooting happened in the house allegedly being rented out by Rose Nonolin, one of the officials of the controversial Pharmally Pharmaceutical Corporation. We're going to pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Keep it here on One News. watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Nueva Ecija is now under a state of calamity due to the widespread damage wrought by Typhoon Karding. Let's get more details from Jenny Dongon, who's reporting to us live from on the ground. Hi Jenny, what do you have for us?
Sean, some of farmers here in Nueva Ecija said they lost most of their crops, which were supposed to be harvested as early as next week. Before the onslaught of Super Typhoon Karding, Mang Felix, a farmer in Laur, Nueva Ecija, took a video of his rice field. Hours after the Super Typhoon destroyed most of his crops, he lamented how he lost hectares of palay in just a short period of time. Mang Felix says he could still save around a third of his crops, but he says to sell them now at a lower price. Authorities estimate the initial damage to agriculture at 160 million pesos. Most of the damaged crops are palay. The Agriculture Department said it is ready to provide assistance, including 500 million pesos for seeds, fertilizers, among others. Sean, the DA is advising affected farmers to reach out to local agriculture office for support. Sean.
All right, thank you so much for that report. Jenny Dongon reporting to us live from Nueva Ecija. And the Agriculture Department is seeing no movement in rice prices after Karding's onslaught. Agriculture Undersecretary Cristina Evangelista said the country's rice supply will still exceed demand for the rest of the year. She added that the country can source its rice requirement from other regions, with Central Luzon still reeling from the typhoon.
Based sa supply outlook, meron po nga tayong buffer stock, and this is by the millions of metric tons. Based on the data we have for the quarter 3 and quarter 4 outlook, marami pa po tayong supply.
On the other hand, vegetable prices in Metro Manila could still go up. Yusek Evangelista explained that the NCR gets most of its vegetable supply from the Cordillera region, which is one of the areas that was heavily battered by the typhoon.
Nakikipag-ugnayan din po tayo sa mga trading posts sa Benguet, sa La Trinidad at iba-iba pang areas na magdadala po ng mga gulay from the Car region para makita natin yung volume, yung inflow po ng ating mga highland vegetables. Kasi that can be a reason sa paggalaw ng presyo.
And here's a quick look at today's other top stories. The Supreme Court is looking into possible actions against former NTF-LCAC spokesperson Lorraine Badoy. This is after Badoy red-tagged and accused Manila Court Judge Marlo Magdoza Malagar of lawyering for the CPP-NPA. Last week, Judge Marlo dismissed the government's petition to declare the CPP-NPA as a terrorist group. Criminal charges have been filed against the SUV driver who ran over and abandoned an elderly street sweeper in Parañaque. The suspect, identified as Raymond Zaparain, is now facing a complaint for reckless imprudence resulting in serious physical injuries. And the Philippine peso closed at a new record low of 58.99 against the US dollar. This is the local currency's worst performance against the greenback for the 5th straight trading day. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.